Hi and welcome to another video from the Motley Fool. I'm Owen Benelak and I'm here to tell you today about some shares that might be worth buying. But unusually, I'm not going to tell you to buy company X or company Y or company Z, I'm running out of fingers. I'm going to suggest that possibly the best way to invest at the moment is to buy the whole market, to buy the FTSE 100. Now, why would I say this? Because a lot of these companies look cheap. A lot of them are paying high yields. And over the last few years, the market as a whole has got, in aggregate, a lot cheaper. If you look at the PE basis, it's on a 10.8 rating, which is pretty cheap. On a long-term PE 10 basis, which is on average earnings over 10 years, it's in sort of like cheap to fair value. Price to sales, price to book value, which is the sort of intrinsic value of the companies, it's much cheaper than it was. You're getting a yield of 4.15% on 2013 earnings, according to forecasts, which, probably pretty good because a lot of companies are repairing their dividends at the moment. The banks, BP's rebuilding its dividend payout. So on all those measures, the market looks fairly good value. And the kind of companies that you're buying, these are companies like HSBC, BP, Shell, Glaxo, British American Tobacco. You've really got to go down to Diageo. That's probably the first company on this list where I would say that share is looking perhaps a little bit pricey. There's some banks. Some of you don't like the banks, I know, but really are banks going to get any worse? I think probably there's a case for saying banks are going to get better. But the beauty of this, you don't have to rely on banks getting better because you're buying the market. So if banks have another kind of middling year, maybe some of those other companies are going to go well. Sometimes when you buy the market, you have to bite the bullet and pay a high premium for those shares. At the moment, you don't. At the moment, you're getting a good yield, cheap companies.